Hello guys, my name is Aditya Gaikwad. My subject name is Financial Management and my topic is Cost of Capital. What is cost of capital? Cost of capital is a company's calculation of the minimum return that would be necessary in order to justify undertaking a capital budgeting project, such as building a new factory. The term cost of capital is used by analysts and investors, but it is always an evaluation of whether a projected decision can be justified by its cost. Investors may also use the term to refer to an evaluation of investments potential return in relation to its cost and its risk. Many companies use a combination of debt and equity to finance business expansion. For such companies, the overall cost of capital is derived from the weighted average cost of all capital sources. This is known as the weighted average cost of capital. Definition of cost of capital. Cost of capital is the rate of return the firm expects to earn from its investment in order to increase the value of the firm in the marketplace. In other words, it is the rate of return that the suppliers of capital require as compensation for their contribution of capital. Sources of cost of capital: equity share capital, preference share capital, debts, and retained earnings. Components for cash of capital. First is cash of debt. Debt may be issued at premium or discount. It may be perpetual and redeemable. The technique of computation of cost in each case has been explained later. Debt issue at per. The computation of cost of debt issue as per at comparatively can easy task. It is the explicit interest rate adjusted further for the tax liability of the company. It may be computed according to the following formula: KD is equal to N minus T R, where KD cost of debt, T marginal tax rate, R debenture interest rate. Second is cost of reference capital. The computation of the cost of reference capital, however, poses some conceptual problems. In case of borrowings, there is a legal obligation on the firm to pay interest at fixed rates, while in the case of preference shares, there is no such legal obligation. However, this is not true. This is because through is it not legally binding on the company to pay dividends on preference shares. It is generally paid whenever the company makes sufficient profits. The failure to pay dividend may be matter of serious concerns from the point of view of equity shareholders. Shareholders getting the legal right to participate in the general knowledge of the company with equity shareholders under certain conditions in the event of failure of the company to pay them their dividends. Moreover, the accumulation of arrears of preference dividends may adversely affect the rights of equity shareholders to receive dividends. KP is equal to DP oblique NP. KP means cost of preference share capital, DP means fixed preference dividend, NP means net proceeds of preference shares. Cost of equity capital. The computation of the cost of equity capital is a difficult task. Some people argue, as observed in case of preference shares, that the equity capital does not involve any cost. The argument put forward by them is that it is not legally binding on the company to pay dividend to the equity shareholders. This does not seem to be a correct approach because the equity shareholders invest money in shares with the expectation of getting dividend from the company. The company also does not issue equity shares without having any intention to pay them dividends. The market price of the equity share therefore depends upon the return expected by the shareholders. Computation of cost of capital. Two types of computation of cost of capital includes specific cost and composite cost. Including in specific cost for cost of debt, cost of preference share, cost of equity share, cost of retaining share. Classification of cost of capital. Historical cost of future cost. Historical cost represent the cost which has already been incurred for financing a project. It is calculated on the basis of the past data. Future cost refers to the expected cost of fund to be raised for financing a project. Historical cost helps in predicting the future cost and provide an evaluation at the past performance when compared with standard costs. In financial decision, future costs are more relevant than historical costs. Specific costs and composite costs. Specific costs refer to the cost of specific source of capital, such as the equity shares, preference shares, debentures, retained earnings, etc. Composite cost of capital refers to the combined cost of various sources of finance. In other words, it is a weighted average cost of capital. It is also termed as overall cost of capital while evaluating a capital expenditure proposal. The composite cost of capital should be as an acceptance and rejection criteria. When capital from more than one source is employed in the business, it is the composite cost which should be considered for decision making and not the specific cost. But where capital from only one source is employed in the business, specific cost of the source of capital alone must be considered. Average cost and marginal cost. Average cost of the capital refers to the weighted average cost of capital calculated on the basis of cost of each sources of capital and weights are assigned to the ratio of their share to total capital funds. Marginal cost of capital may be defined as the cost of obtaining another dollar of new capital when a firm raises in additional capital from the only one sources, not different sources. Then marginal cost is the specific or explicit cost. Marginal cost is a considered more important capital budgeting and financing decision. Marginal cost tend to increase proportionally as the amount of debt increases. Explicit cost and implicit cost. Explicit cost refers to the discount rate which equates the present value of cash outflows or value of investment. Thus, the explicit cost of capital is the internal rate of return which a firm pays for recurring the finance. If a firm takes interest-free loan, its explicit cost will be 0% as no cash flow in the form of interest are involved. On the other hand, the implicit cost represents the rate of return which can be earned by investing the funds in the alternative investment. In other words, the opportunity cost of the funds is the implicit cost. Cost of return earnings. What is the cost of return earnings? The cost of return earnings is the cost to a corporation of funds that is generated internally. If the funds were not retained internally, they would be paid out to investors in the form of dividends. Therefore, the cost of retained earnings approximates the return that investors expect to earn to their equity investment in the company, which can be derived using the capital asset pricing model CAPM, and CAPM combines the risk-free rate and stock beta to arrive at the cost of equity capital. Cost of capital formula. The three components of cost of capital discussed above can be written in equation as follows. K, cost of capital, R0 written at zero risk level, premium for business risk, premium for finance risk. How to calculate cost of capital? In calculating the cost of capital, the following methods can be used. Computation of specific cost of capital. Specific cost refers to the cost which is associated with the source of capital. For example, cost of equity. Computing specific cost of capital involves summing up of all forms of capital listed below. Cost of debt, cost of preference share, cost of equity share, cost of retained share. Computation of composite cost of capital. Composite capital is the combined cost of different sources of capital taken together. It is also called as the weighted average cost of capital. Following are steps involved in the calculation WACC. The formula to arrive is given below. KO overall cost of capital, WD weight of debt, WP weight of preference shares of capital, WR weight of retained earnings, WE weight of equity share capital, KD specific cost of debt, KP specific cost of preference share capital, KR specific cost of retained earnings, KE specific cost of equity share capital. This is an example of cost of capital calculation using WACC. Aero Limited had the following cost capital structure employed for the financing its projects and would like to calculate the cost of capital. Weighted average cost of capital here is 13%. This implies that the overall cost of capital employed by Aero Limited is 13%. In other words, we can say that the company is paying a premium of 13% to the lenders of capital as a return for their risk. You can use the formula we discussed and the result will be similar. Determining cost of capital is one of the key factors in deciding the investment. It helps you in evaluating the difference investment project basis of the cost, benefits and risks. Another important factor to be considered here is the capital budgeting period. Thank you.